Second period of play started by Isaac Luke. Let's hope it's as good as the first. At 8-all, England and New Zealand. It was 8-0 at one stage to the home team. Rob Burrow remains out there with the dummy half duties. And I can tell you here at Wembley too, to our viewers through New Zealand and Australia, there are grand stadiums, Eden Park in Auckland and ANZ Stadium in Sydney, but I think Wembley's a little grander. It is quite the day here, and Burgess with the ball, and these players lucky enough to experience it here in a World Cup semi. So first set starting as it did in the first half, rather torrid. O'Loughlin did well there, last tackle. The kick off the boot of Burrow onto the run goes Lock. He's had a bit of a mixed afternoon, the New Zealand fullback. Got his chance ahead of Josh Hoffman in the quarterfinal last week against Scotland and has held his spot for the semi. And Tuivasa-Sheck may still be the game breaker, 5 short of halfway. New Zealand with the ball, and Luke for Frank Paul Nu'uausala. And in fact the penalty here to New Zealand. And well, Isaac Luke playing policeman there, says Frank Paul, don't worry about that. And now Mannering does the same. Something has got Frank Paul Nu'uausala upset there.
Yeah, let's have a look at, well, just a second push really from Christopher Hill. There's Frank Paul Nu'uausala. Palms the ball at him.
Not really enough to go off though, is it?
It's a cheap penalty though from the English, giving up field position to New Zealand. A little bit like the game started in the first half. Let's hope England's defence is as strong as it was in that period.
So no stage of New Zealand led this semi-final, but they will get the first chance to score in their second half. Set begins 35 metres out from the line, and it's with Jesse Bromwich, who backs his way almost to the 10-metre line. Hill there with Ferris to make the tackle. Luke, and they roll forward with Frank Paul Nu'uausala. And tackled by Burgess and Sinfield there. Pressure on England here. Johnson, this is big pressure. Williams has got long arms but not long enough to score. In a 5-man tackle right on the goal line. Luke out the back. There was an opportunity if they could have spread it. Foran couldn't find the way to get the ball there. Burgess with a tackle. Luke dummy half. Won't ever go himself that time. Johnson, now it was touched there by Hall. Hall will come up with it. It will be called back for the knock-on. But he had to do it. There was 3-on-2 out wide.
I thought that was great defence by the English on that side, because the New Zealanders have big numbers on us.
This is what they've done really well this afternoon, is they've pushed up hard off their line, so they've taken space off New Zealand. When the block runners run through, look where they are.
Let's go, New Zealand.
Cudjoe with the hand on it, but he's actually in advance of the Kiwi players, shutting the ball down. You can't get the ball to the outside, which is the objective of what New Zealand want to do.
Yeah, they've varied the defensive systems. Sometimes they've gone up and out and held the position, and other times like that they've gone in and done what spot blitz.
This was the hand of Cudjoe that prevented any progress there for New Zealand. But it's another set of 6, 10 metres out from the line. Played by Tuivasa-Sheck. This is Luke. Don't be surprised if he has a go in a moment. Isaac Luke.
George now, release.
Bromwich to play it. Just 3 metres away from the line. Here's Luke. There's Johnson leaping onto the ball. Look, here's the chance in the corner. Tuivasa-Sheck, deadly step. Absolutely deadly. He's got a double in the semi-final. Hang on a second. Just want to check this one. But Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, I reckon he could get his way past the guards at Buckingham Palace. They wouldn't catch him.
White to start with, yeah. Okay, checking for obstruction. It's fine. All right with that. He's caught on the outside. Passes before. I'm happy with that, yep. Grab the ball straight away. It'll be a try, Benny.
First replay. The voice of Ashley Klein, you're hearing, video referee. I think Cudjoe was the man at error. Was he coming in a little too far there?
I think if you look, the try's been awarded now. There might have been just a hint of a suspicion when Farah goes in and runs in front of the football. It just takes a little bit of time off Cudjoe. but courtesy of a nice couple of runs up the middle to hold the English close to the post. And I'm talking about a run from Bromwich and then a quick play the ball. Give Shaun Johnson the time to work his numbers out the back. Kevin Locke's got this position at fullback sign up after Hoffman played the first 3 games. And he's done this because he's the link man out the back. Summed it up particularly well. A nice catch and pass to give Tuivasa-Sheck just a little bit of time needed to show us that footwork to beat the guards at Buckingham Palace, as you called it, Vossi.
Yeah, I don't think Stephen McNamara was too pleased with Reinaldo. He probably didn't quite need to step in that time, but I think it goes all the way back, and I don't want to keep bringing it up, but discipline is a huge part of winning big games, and that penalty given away by Chris Hill, you know, gave us the New Zealanders 2 sets of 6, and it's ended up with a try.
It's flattened the crowd a little too. As Johnson kicks for a converted try lead here for 14-8. Shaun Johnson has just missed to the side of the posts. 12-8 the scoreline. Those 2 wingers on that side of the ground now going head-to-head. Tuivasa-Sheck and Hall have now each scored 8 tries for the tournament, the leaders at this World Cup. And he has scored at least 1 in every match, but never more than 2. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
That kid's been the star of the show so far. I think he's not a player who's probably that famous over here in the UK, but he's certainly going to be after performances like today. Yeah,
well, and a lot of the New Zealand games, as we watch the restart, and Frank Paul Nu'uausala, Oxhorns again, but a lot of fans have come along to see Sonny Bill Williams, to be honest, and they've left the game talking about Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. They've come in to see SPW, they walk away saying, what about RTS? He's more famous. What a talent. And here's Bromwich offloading again. There's another one, and away goes Luke. And the captain linking up.
In the middle.
They certainly can offload, and it's not restricted to 2 or 3 players. It's 7 or 8 players you can stand in.
Lovely little ball from Frank Paul there to Johnson. Good tip on play.
This kick from Kevin Locke, another kicking option there for New Zealand, fielded on the fly by Charnley. Now the battle is on England to come from behind for the first time in the match.
This is a better start now. Johnson caught on the last play, so Locke steps up on the right and puts a little kick in. Hall going crossfield.
2 now. Give me space.
They don't want to get to the stage where there's that feeling of inevitability about the scoreline. If New Zealand was to skip in front by 12, they have to muster and find the energy they had in the first half. It's a tough period for them. Ferris over the 30 that time.
Release now, Isaac.
And Luke there with Mannering. Mannering up with the leading tacklers for New Zealand so far today. Widdop goes the right side, Sinfield onto Tompkins. Well, this is the time for Tompkins too to deliver in their second half, to really stand up, be the playmaker we know he can be. Sinfield sets for that kick, can't find the grass. Look out, here comes Roger. And Roger back over the 30-metre line. Roger to a Tuivasa-Sheck. Hill there with O'Loughlin. 12 points to 8 after England led 8-0 at one stage in the first half.
That's 2 short.
7.5 minutes into the second half of this first semi. And another penalty goes the way of New Zealand, and Hill and O'Loughlin find themselves infringing that time.
It's good work, it's good perseverance from the veteran winger, Nightingale. Look at the fight here, just pushing, working himself around. Well, to be fair, he might have milked it a little. O'Loughlin a little bit.
A little?
A little?
He got 5 litres of milk out of that.
God, that's a terrible penalty for the referee to give away against England. The guard completely just flopped on the floor and just completely fooled the referee there.
I'm with you, Sean. As I told you before, my grandmother on my father's side, she was English. I'm with you, brother. Pass there from Bromwich on for Farre. Nice stepping of him. That was Tuivasa-Sheck like. Now quick hands, and New Zealand suddenly have themselves on top in this game. Williams to play it 22 metres away from the England line. Luke is doing well, centre of the park. Frank Paul Nu'uausala, knowing this may be the only minutes he gets. Another strong run. Bromwich, plenty of touches for him right now. Jesse Bromwich, 5 from the line. O'Loughlin and Hill and Ferris make the tackle. Here come New Zealand again. 9 minutes into the second half. Long ball to Johnson. Back to centre field. Williams is close again. Williams looked to stretch out. Sonny Bill, they have a close look at it.
that's a massive call here. Sonny Bill Williams attracts the defence. It's a lovely play, positioned on the inside of Johnson, a nice flat ball, and then hitting and spinning. And he's got a right arm carry, and sometimes he carries it, well, a bit like a pineapple in one hand. And here, with the attention of players over the top, they believe, and they were screaming, the English players, saying it was raked out.
Okay. Go.
Nice mention of food, Daryl. Pineapple. Here's Bromwich with the ball.
Okay, leave
And a
him off the
lovely
ball
potato
now,
and
Sean,
leek
off the
soup
ball.
last night. Good soup weather right at the moment. As here come New Zealand. Luke to the right side. Johnson. Quick hands lock on the outside. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck again. This time England have the answers. Hall comes up with the ball.
He even offloaded it, then he got rid of it. That time, the guy's magical.
Great stuff though in defence to cover up the dangerous Tuivasa-Sheck. Now the crowd lift as England shows some fighting spirit. And Hill with the ball. 10 gone, second half. 4-point margin. Sinfield to centre field. They need to find Burgess. Finding the form he had in the first half. Burgess and Graham. Graham has just run back out there for England. Game on again. If he finds the form of the first half. Westwood.
Right, Jesse.
Carried 15 stitches after the opening match of the tour against Australia. Kick on the bounce. Locke has it. Now England would love an error from New Zealand at the moment. Now back to the 30. This was the play Tuivasa-Sheck. Where did that ball come from?
Well, it was get it in field at any cost, wasn't it? Actually rolled it forward.
In the middle. Wait.
4 players on him.
Been very impressed with the bench from New Zealand. I think they've had a really positive impact in this the early part of the second half. You know, really good, strong yardage up the middle and creating quick play the balls.
I think you're talking the likes of Frank Paul Nu'uausala. He's been tireless as Isaac Luke gets up the middle.
He was almost through. Last tackle, New Zealand. Johnson. Some of these chasers look offside. Locke's getting through there. Up goes Tompkins. And they do call. Oh, hang on a second. They've come up with penalty, New Zealand. I thought one or two of the chasers may have been in front of the kicker. But a lot going New Zealand's way here.
I've got to say, Vossi, I'm not all that happy with this call, because this has been going on all tournament. Players taking players out and trying to shield people, protecting them, catching the football. And it hasn't been adjudicated fairly across the board. I think we need to bring in a play that says, if you're not attempting to catch the football, don't be in the area. If you're looking to shield or give protection, then you're going to put yourself at the referee's discretion for a penalty. But it hasn't been ruled that way during the tournament.
I've got to say, it did look like a penalty, though. I mean, I'm obviously, you know, very, very much behind the English team, but, you know, he did run his line there and he did block him.
Yeah, I don't disagree in that angle with it, Sean, but it hasn't been adjudicated that way in the tournament. Players have been let to get away with sort of loitering in the area and just looking like they're doing something when they're not.
Once again, you see New Zealand looking to take the points.
It's a great take by Tompkins. I still go back to the high shot. I thought watching it live, Foran was offside. I watched the replay. I'm pretty sure Locke was okay, in line with the kicker. But Foran, for mine, was offside, which would mean first penalty to England. But it's not the way the on-ground officials have ruled. If it had been a try, they would have come back to look at that. Kicker that chases onside. Johnson takes the lead to 6. 14-8 it is. 12 into the second half. Certainly not fatal, the conceding of the 2 points, but a little bit of damage done all the same.
Yeah, there's definitely been a momentum shift in the last, you know, since the start of the second half in particular, and England have been hanging on a little bit, but I feel if we get a couple of penalties or, you know, a couple of quick play the balls or a line break, we can get ourselves back in the game.
9-4 penalty count now to New Zealand. 9-4. And it's a rush of penalties that have come since half-time. As Jared Waerea-Hargreaves, what about his opening to the match? Did he attract some attention? And New Zealand in front by 6. That's an interesting position there. Callum Watkins, he just froze the upending tackle on Nightingale. Quite rightly, no penalty. No one was in danger of being hurt. Another run from Cassiano. I think he's enjoyed his food over here.
Oh, that's a great run from Alex Glenn. A little step towards the left. Good footwork. Sonny Bill now left.
Last tackle this set following the goal from Johnson. Second half possession massive in favour of New Zealand. Another high ball. Tompkins great last time. He goes up again and he does the job again.
Oh!
Sam Tompkins.
Back here.
Good work by the England number one. And straight away shifting it across to Hall.
Two now.
Getting a rare touch really for Ryan Hall in this semi.
I realise New Zealand have had a lot of the ball so far in this half, but the standard of play has definitely gone up 10-15% from what it was in the first half.
Graham still a key man. Run back towards Setterfield. And Roby, so they've got the starting front row back on. Burgess, Roby and Graham.
Last one.
I think that's been definitely a good move from Steve McNamara, because there's no doubt that I think New Zealand has slightly had the edge on the bench. The bench impact from New Zealand has been slightly better than England.
Tompkins, big kick. Tuivasa-Sheck cannot put a foot wrong at the moment. Widdop does well to make the tackle. That's not easy.
He did really well to take that ball from Tompkins as well. Put a nice kick out with Sinfield. Well, Widdop comes in with a tackle on Nightingale, but he had to work really, really hard. Bryson Goodwin up through the middle finds a little bit of a block and a channel and raked.
Oh, another penalty. Penalty count now. 10-4 to England. Against England, rather. Is it 5 straight? Am I right in that? 5 straight maybe here to New Zealand.
And Sean Edwards beside me just bangs his leg and says, we can't afford another one of those.
Okay, Sean.
2 in the tackle, and you're right, Sean.
Very unusual, you know. O'Loughlin's usually a very disciplined player, but, you know, there's no doubt that discipline has hugely benefited New Zealand. Yeah, there's a couple of calls gone their way, and there's no doubt, you know, I'm sure Steve McNamara not be happy with a couple of the referees' decisions, but in the end, there's been maybe 3 penalties which definitely could have been avoided.
Saw Frank Peltier on the bench. Big ice pack rid of his cars, let me tell you. But maybe the last we see of him today, as now Mannering, and they're getting right up the line. Cassiano's lost it. What's the call this time? Cummins says play on. Tompkins with it. Tompkins has got away from Glenn. Here goes Sam Tompkins. Steps Luke, gets over the 40. And brings the crowd back into the game. Now they want a penalty. They want to buy a penalty here.
He had the whistle at his lips, Cummins.
No response. Roby's almost lost the shorts. Sinfield's back downfield. Crowd find their full ball. Oh, Cassiano, that's not fair. You can't come and do that. Off the top turnbuckle there. Bit of, oh, hang on a second. We've got the touch judge ruling that the shot was high, and the communication reaches Cummins via pigeon, and he says penalty.
I think we should take the points. The reason being, I think New Zealand are quite fresh at the moment. They haven't done a lot of tackling. It's probably, well, they've gone for the high risk play. Let's hope it comes off.
I didn't see the high shot. He just ragdolled him.
All right. The moment comes for England at 14-8. 16 and a half minutes into the second half. Let's see what they've got. Roby to Sinfield. Sinfield to Westwood, hit hard and still offloaded. And Tompkins manhandled there by Nightingale and Goodwin. They stand over their prey. Shortest of raids there on the blind side for England. Watkins kept it going. He hasn't seen a great deal of footy. Now with another chance for Hill. And Nightingale and Maria Hargreaves get in the wrestle. Listen to the crowd now at Wembley, the England fans. Graham, Sinfield, Widdop, lined up left side. Oh, Tompkins slips. And Williams, easy tackle for him. 15 from the line, keep going left. Widdop is so strong. Just 5 from the line, last tackle. Roby has a little look up. He tries a kick. It's off the big legs of Cassiano. They say 6 more. Tompkins has got it. He ruled that Cassiano played at it. Full set again for England. Again, the match, the ebb and the flow. Roby contained 5 from the line. 14-8 to the Kiwis. Graham, out the back they come. The build-up's good. What a ball! Watkins is over! Kellen Watkins scores for England. And again, the play was surgeon-like. The scalpel cuts through the New Zealand defence.
Beautiful last play, a great land hit by Callum Watkins. Came from the back-to-back set. Fatigue factor was definitely kicking in with the Kiwis on that last second set. You see a few of them with hands on their hips. Ford jumped out the line and Callum hit a great line, and game on.
Just a poor read in defence from Bryson Goodwin. He had numbers in front of him, and he went to Westwood, which left the hole right open for Watkins. When the hole's open, you still need the pass to go to the right player. Good work from Sinfield, who actually juggled the football and didn't have a lot of time to actually make the selection. Perfect hole running.
Beautiful pass from Sinfield. Like you said, he bobbled the ball, and sometimes that can upset the defence a little bit. Obviously, a poor decision from the left centre, and Callum Watkins hits a really hard line. And as I said, it's going to be 14-all if he kicks this.
Wow. Every England Rugby League supporter now on the shoulders of Kevin Sinfield.
He takes the ball so narrow, Bossy.
To kick this one 15 out, and there you go, the narrow angle. He's pushed it across the front. As called by one of the best goal kickers of all time, Daryl Halligan.
I think he's a great goal kicker, no doubt about it. His 80% record is there for all to see, but he's only 15 metres back and not full 20 back, so surely the angle's got to work against him. That was just superb. When you see that happen, the whole running, the players and structures working out wide, I don't think there's anything better. Really toying with the defence, making the defence answer some questions.
What a moment for Callum Watkins, 22 years of age, making his debut for Leeds in the Super League as a 17-year-old. But here he is scoring at Wembley for England. Doesn't get much better than that. 14-12, final quarter of the game about to begin, or is it going to be the final quarter? We do have the option of golden point. As a penalty goes the way of England after Burgess got up, and then he gives a little slap across the back of the head of Sam Cassiano. I wouldn't make Sam angry.
Great resilience, I think, shown from the English team so far. We hit the 60-minute mark of the second half, and let's be honest, they've been on the ropes in the first 15 minutes. They've come off. They've got a bit of field position. They've got 2 penalties now on the bounce, and the creativity shown from their structure is really, really troubling New Zealand.
England are at 85% completion. New Zealand's still at 71.
Penalty count back to 10-6 now. And England with the ball on halfway. I've got to say, I'm loving what Gareth Widdop has done for this side today. Ranking Chase can be very loose, but Widdop gives them real direction. Between him and Sinfield, they've done the job in the halves for England. Now they've got to deliver in the last 20. Watkins is almost away again. Big tackle from Foran and Goodwin that time. Sinfield, they're deep again. There they are combining, 7 and 6. Widdop's got away from a couple. Johnson, wagon circle, they make the tackle. 30 away from the New Zealand line. Johnson gets a little too cosy there with Widdop. No penalty. Graham strides forward up to the 20 at 14-12, but there's something building again for England. They've got their second wind. Tompkins looking to deliver there, 12 out. Held by Taylor and Foran. Watkins, centre field, Sinfield's kick, placing it across for Hall. Hall gets a leap. Hall is offloaded and intercepted. New Zealand end up with it. Sonny Bill got his hands there. Now it's loose for Hall. Play on. Play on for England. What about that? What about that? And Cummins just said play on. Hill, 5 metres from the line. Roby, centre field it comes, put down by O'Loughlin. What an anti-climax that is.
How do you think Stephen Kearney and Ivan Cleary are feeling in the box? Sonny Bill offloads out the back, and then Tuivasa-Sheck gets bundled towards touch. They are fortunate that O'Loughlin couldn't handle this football. They let Hall go up for it, then he passes it back. Sonny wants to let Fred Astaire, Tuivasa-Sheck get going, and he just, well, somehow manages to pass it to someone.
Tuivasa-Sheck would offload it behind his own try line. I mean, that's what makes this kid so exciting. But I honestly feel with a little bit more patience, if we'd attacked New Zealand's left edge, I think we'd have got some money out of that, because obviously, we spoke about it at half-time that the New Zealand's left edge is a little bit susceptible, and obviously Callum Watkins hit that really hard line for the last try. I think with a little bit more patience, we held that ball to the ruck 4 or 5. I think we'd have got some money. We'd have got some change out of play.
How good's this? It's the first match of 2. Second semi-final still to come, Australia and Fiji. And I can tell you now, teams confirm no surprises from Squad selected earlier this week. Brent Tate to start in the centres for the Aussies. No Slater, Inglis at fullback. But that is still to come. There is 17 to go in this one, with New Zealand up by 2. It's been every inch a test match.
That's a better run from Hargreaves.
Now Luke to the left. Williams, a lot of touches for Sonny Bill. But by and large, they've done very well, the England defence, on Williams. Luke and Cassiano. Cassiano 5 metres inside the half is offloaded. Luke says, let's go. Isaac Luke says, let's go, baby. He's inside the 20. And Luke is then offloaded again. It's bounced forward. It's play on. Foran grabs it. Now it's a knock on. And England rest easy and will have the scrum feed.
He's deemed the ball to have gone forward from Isaac Luke after a superb bust. Stands one of the English forwards up on the left, and then Tompkins comes with a last-minute play. Ref calls play on, flung to the ground.
I don't know where the nearest trophy shop is, but how many man of the match medallions can they hand out today? Because I think
Kevin,
in my own head I've got about 15 contenders at the moment. Can we run down and get a few more medallions? Just say it's for the Rugby League World Cup. Just write RLWC on.
There's a big medallion on offer next week, Posse. It's called Old Trafford.
Charlie cops a little backhander there in the tackle. Cutcho with the ball, driven sideways by Cassiano. I reckon he can eat more crepes than me. Sam Cassiano, and I had 1,000 down in Paris. Lachlan plays it on the 40. Graham, not the same offloading we've seen in this second stint from James Graham. As O'Loughlin passes for Widdop. Would have been a Johnson hand there. Play on for England. Away they go. Hall with a chance. Oh, Hall has tripped over. What happened there? There's a sniper at Wembley. Hall was knocked down. Centre field for Widdop. Out for Sinfield. Sinfield out for Tompkins. Tompkins cut out ball all the way to Charlie. Charlie can smell the line but can't quite get there. Plays it for Watkins. Back for Tompkins. Jinking run held by the defence. Luke down low. What pressure again on the Kiwis, the Cup champions. He can't play it. He's just stepped over it. Cummins says, I don't know. Let's just play on. Sinfield, Widdop, straightening up now. Big tackle on Burgess needed. Williams over the top for Sam Burgess. O'Loughlin, they want to go short side. Switch back to the open, dribbled through. Scooped up, beautiful hands. Johnson, great play. England, 9 drop out New Zealand.
Superb attack from England. Really spreading the football. Johnson went for the intercept, which gave England 6 again. And then right at death, Widdop, I thought he might have backed himself. Nice pick-up from Johnson. He actually put a good tackle in, low tackle on Burgess that needed to be made, with Sonny Bill over the top as he looked threatening on that left again. This game's on the knife edge.
There's a try. Last 14 minutes of play. Still no Carl Hamblin. How nervous would he be? He's desperate to get out there. He's up on his feet. He's been up on his feet all second half saying, Coach, give me a run, but he can't get out there. 14-12. 14 to go right now. Here comes England again. This crowd so lively. Getting double the dose of the big hit. Played by Burgess and Roby. Sinfield, he set them away again. Look at Burgess, they will not stop him. Sam Burgess, he may be lighted after that. It may be Sam Burgess. What a moment to score for England. And Sinfield, the captain, what about his role?
Once again, it's the structure of this England offence. The block play put in, a beautiful short pass by Sinfield. I really do feel Kevin Sinfield has flourished because of the freedom he's been given by the fact that Widdop has took a little bit of pressure off him. You know, and normally the ball always goes through Sinfield's hands, but this it's been varied quite a lot. And let's be honest, this guy is an absolute superstar of the game of rugby league, Sam Burgess.
They decide to hit the front runner in Burgess after Johnson comes out of the line. He's defending outside Sonny Bill Williams. The half partner in Whittett was out the back for the ball in the block play. A superb pass from Sinfield. As soon as he got the ball, Burgess scores.
Well, you certainly won't be full-back waiting for him, would you?
Sinfield with a kick. Much maligned in some quarters for being selected halfback. But hasn't he stepped up today as captain? And Burgess, well, there was no way they were going to stop him. Big Sam slams him down. And England lead by 4. So close to locking themselves in for the final. But 12 minutes is a long time. 18-14. Cup champions behind. The Cup champions who going into today had scored from the kickoff out of the fall. Boy, oh boy. What a time for that era.
Momentum can be a killer in games. All with England now. I don't think I've seen Isaac Luke kick the ball that far. But here at Wembley, the Wembley factor sees it sail over the dead ball line onto the AstroTurf. Couldn't even pick up a piece of grass.
18-14. And Sinfield the kick to the sideline. This crowd singing now. What does New Zealand do to weather this? They have to find not a second win, a third or a fourth win now. 11 to go. 18-14 in a classic test match. The ball is turned over. The knock-on will be against Williams. England will have the scrum feed. Sonny Bill blows up.
Well, I've got to say, I'd love this to go to a quick replay to see if Sonny Bill actually plays at the ball or at the arm. Have to go a little bit further back than that. There's no problem with the receipt once it's on the ground.
Scrum will pack 25 metres out from the New Zealand line. Watch it again, see if we can detect how this came loose.
Yeah, now he's played at the arm of the ball carrier in Roby, not the actual ball itself. So
Definitely call went to England's way that time.
Chances here with Westwood. He's the warrior with a head bandage. If England score here, there's going to be a hero's welcome for the man who gets the 4-pointer. Graham to play it. 12 metres out. Roby, ruck play with Sinfield. They keep on the charge. It'll be played by George Burgess. A Burgess double would be huge. 5 from the line. Roby pumps it left side. Whittett tries to step through. Held that time by the defence of Taylor. Cup defence on the line for New Zealand. Out it comes for Westwood. Westwood has lost the ball over the line. Nightingale comes back with it for New Zealand. No advantage at all, and it will be a New Zealand scrum feed.
oh, so close. Westwood, have a look as he reaches out. Just loses it like a digger arm off an excavator, unloading its load. Couldn't get it down over the line, but just loses it short of. The game was there. Sean was there.
It was all over if he could get that one down.
Sean had already cued the music. He was going up. Oh, yeah, SBW Super Ben Westwood almost scoring.
Just thinking about back to that misconversion by Sinfield. You know, it would be nice to be 6 points up at this moment as opposed to 4, because if New Zealand got the length of field, I know I'm being a little bit negative, but if they do go the length of field and keep the goal, that misconversion could be looming quite large.
9 to go. We're inside the final 9 now. New Zealand 20 metres out from their own line. Madalino, big run, but well held front on. Westwood put his body on the line. Luke been dangerous this second half. Here is Bromwich. Little stutter in his run, carries him up over the 40. But eating through the tackles. Tackle number 4, 8 inside their own half. And another run for Madalino. Cut off low. And this is the last for New Zealand. Johnson, does he kick long? Does he try one of those high balls? He goes short, in fact. The chip over the top. Widdop was there, Sinfield was there, and England cover up. Caught them all by surprise, Shaun Johnson.
They were awake to it, both Sinfield and Widdop.
Ben!
The halves dropping back from the 3 position in the D line to cover that kick. Hall with the charge towards the line. Suddenly ball over the top. Farray down low.
8 to go now. Roby. And Burgess, the last try scorer, another big run, one of his finest games today. Graham likewise. Centrefield again. George Burgess on the spin. Cut offload, 29 metres away from the line. Sinfield at first receiver. Here's Tompkins, kick to the corner, wants it to pull up. Nightingale sends it and watches it go over the dead ball line, then gets on the ice rink. 20-minute restart, New Zealand.
These are the parts of a test match where you just got to dig deep. This is why you represent your country. This is why you're a test match player. It's not called a test match for nothing, because it tests your resilience, tests your fitness level, and tests your desire just to dig that little bit deeper than most normal human beings.
A little ball out the back from Mannering. We're a long way out, 40 metres on tackle 2.
On their own 40, and Luke to Foran to Johnson. Johnson finds Williams. Williams has offloaded. Johnson back with it. Then Tuivasa-Sheck. There is so much danger in attack of this New Zealand side. There is still over 6.5 minutes to go. No one is comfortable in the England camp. Now inside the England 20. Big run. And a quick play the ball from Adelino. Right, Johnson, Foran, beautiful, intercept, and Hall has lost it. On the way. Could have been a New Zealand try, could have been an England try.
He had it, it was in the basket. Farray a low pass, like a swooping eagle. Hall tries to grasp it, knows it's there, and then just spills the lollies. It certainly was the match one way. Could have been the match the other as well.
Time off. How tense is this? Remember, if we end up with level scores at the end of 80, golden point, we'll go into a 10-minute first period.
Let's go, bind it in.
But there's time for 2 scores, not just one, even if New Zealand were to score here. Crowd now left again behind England. The Kiwi fans here. They've just about gone hoarse. Foran, Lock, wide ball, high ball, Nightingale, no chance. He would have needed a step ladder, and I don't think he's got one with him out there. England will get a scrum feed.
Whoa. Pressure valve just let off there. I mean, that was a first tackle, big turnover on the first tackle. I mean, throwing cut-out passes against an up-and-out defence is probably not the best advice to do, and obviously, I mean, that was just a shocker from a very, very talented player.
Why? WH, why? Why pass that football?
Make some noise for England as on the illuminated signage around the ground. And the crowd is doing that. It rings the lower bowl of the stand, or just above the lower bowl here at Wembley. So you can't help but see it. England with the ball 15 out from their own line. Widdop has been absolutely magnificent. They've announced Sam Burgess as man of the match. I think the try has certainly helped Sam. He's been great, but there's been so many good ones out there on both sides. Graham flies short of halfway. 5 minutes to go. Scooped up by Roby. Well, if there are tickets still on sale for Old Trafford, they'll be all gone in about half an hour's time if England make it through. Widdop's kick is allowed to bounce by Goodwin. Was a friendly bounce to Lock. And New Zealand start a set 15 inside their own half. Now Goodwin.
What do you mean?
There by Sinfield. Away goes Nightingale. Got away from Burgess. Good meters there for Jason Nightingale. Remembering he's into the side today for Manu Vanove. And Manu, we might see him again in a World Cup. Played there for Lock. To centre field for Bromwich. Then for Foran. Now for Johnson. Farray to Tuivasa-Sheck. gets the feet moving.
Last one.
But over the top in the tackle, Cudjoy. Oh no, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck's been injured.
This way there.
And straight away,
Right
Ferris knew it. He's to his feet.
Right there, back at it. Wait. Up here. And time
But,
out.
obviously there was a cry of pain there, and the England players, great respect, they reacted. High ball is, it's been knocked back. It's play on, England are there to take it over the dead ball line. Roby.
Backwards.
Well, just for a moment, I thought Charnley and Tompkins, they had a moment of, well, it's your ball, isn't it?
It was the efforts of Bryson Goodwin, who gets up there with a left arm. Lock got taken out on the way through, couldn't get a clear shot at it.
It was a poor decision actually to kick the ball down, because I think it came off a New Zealand player, so maybe, you know, we would have the 22, but unfortunately
He just needed to tidy up though, Sean,
Yeah,
you know, play
yeah.
the safety option,
Yeah.
didn't know what was behind him, back
Absolutely.
facing to the other players. Big play from Goodwin.
yeah, it's easy up here looking down.
It's just those nerves, mate. You're holding on.
So, New Zealand, another set inside the England half. Started by Madeline Lowe. Now there's 3.5 to go.
Wait.
14-18. That is the scoreline that New Zealand
Turn
look
it
up
off
at.
the ball. They're coming break,
Cassiano
break.
carries inside the 20. Luke from dummy half. Johnson, cut out ball. Williams tries to steamroll his way over the top. And Winnip was around the legs again. Luke, 5 from the line. Bromwich
Oh, great out of
is
there.
held that time.
By the
Ferris and O'Loughlin. Then Ferris with a push. No penalty. Luke, Johnson, foreign. They come left. On it comes for Locke. Then for Goodwin. Goodwin is hit again. Brilliant defence. Last tackle. Foreign will kick. Stabs it across field. Williams flies high and has lost it. Winnip is there again. Gareth Winnip. Make him a knight as well. Sir Gareth Winnip. He's been everywhere.
Was that the right last roll of the dice for New Zealand? Sonny Bill up, trying that class, but couldn't do so.
Now you're going to get another chance. I reckon you're going to get one more chance. Come on, boys, dig in.
Lord Edwards, former Great Britain England international. Daryl Halligan, former New Zealand international, side by side. With 2.5 minutes to go in what has been just a tremendous match. O'Loughlin lifted and given a soft landing by Luke. Roby. Well, you'll hear the cries from Huddersfield and Halifax and everywhere. The Three Pigeons Hotel, everywhere in the north of England will be going off if they hang on to the last two. Graham tackled by Foran. Now Roby to the right side, and they slow it down a little.
Last one.
One more big kick.
Come on, kick it out,
Take
James.
it out of play.
Kick it out.
Sinfield, no, he angles the kick back infield. Tuivasa-Sheck's made quite a recovery from whatever the problem was. Back he comes. So, this may be their last chance with the football. They start the set, 20 inside their own half. Nightingale crunched over the top by Watkins. Now Luke, if you've got a big play New Zealand, they better produce it right now. Goodwin tackled on 3. 5 inside the half. Cassiano lumbers forward. Foreign, there's a chance. And Faray knocked off his feet by Hall. Tackle number 4. 1 to go, 1 minute to go. 35 out from the line. Williams, maybe taken high there. Sonny barely was. High tackle. New Zealand need a quick tap. Yes, they'll take it. Luke may have had Graham offside. What pressure this is. 20 metres away from the line. 45 seconds to go. Frank Pornuasana, what happened to the ice on the calves? He's recovered. They amputated, put another leg on. Here's Luke from dummy half. Almost over the line. Burgess and Graham there. Nuasana dummy half. High ball. Johnson. Johnson shall score. Sean Johnson has scored. Sean Johnson has scored with 20 seconds on the clock. Sean Johnson for New Zealand. It's 18-all. He's still got to kick the goal, but it will come from 15 metres alongside the post.
Wow! I'm out of breath, Sean. went to dummy half. This was a penalty which give us another few play the balls with just 1 minute to go. Isaac Luke took an option to go himself, and I just wondered when he wasn't a dummy half and it was Frank Paul who threw the ball. There was no time for Johnson, but Johnson doesn't need time. Look at him, he gets to the outside of Sinfield, showed us his footwork. That's relief. Relief.
Yeah.
Well, we did speak about the missed conversion earlier on.
Yeah.
You know, we spoke about that
100%.
missed conversion, and I hope this guy. Let's hope he hits the post.
No, yeah, exactly. Say what you want to say. Now's the time.
This is not easy.
Wow.
The biggest kick of Shaun Johnson's career.
Shaun Johnson scores the try. Now I can hear the boos from the three pigeons. Ken Halifax.
Can he ice the cake?
23 years of age. 68 NRL games under his belt. They're playing, remember, Benji Marshall. He's no longer part of the 6 or the 7 at New Zealand. It's Foran and Johnson. This to break the hearts of the Rugby League nation. Johnson 20 metres in from touch. 16 out to send the Cup champions into the final. Here we go. In the early hours of the morning in New Zealand, they celebrate as Johnson has done it. And New Zealand win by 2. An amazing match. Your heart bleeds for England. They were so good. They were so gallant. And they have come seconds away from qualifying for the final.
I applaud the New Zealand team. The resilience was absolutely fantastic, and Shaun Johnson's play at the end shows what a very special player he is, and I wish them well in the final. But I just want to give credit to Steve McNamara and his coaching staff and the English team. They played with real pride, real creativity, and did the nation proud. Obviously the result didn't go our way, but those guys can hold their heads up high.
Maybe I've been up here too long, Sean, but I certainly do feel for England in this match. New Zealand sort of bumbled their way through the second half, and England played a marvellous brand of football to put themselves in front. What a player after not playing, well, only playing 60 minutes so far in this whole World Cup, comes out and has a blinder. Let's talk about the English, the Burgesses, Sam in particular, who was man of the match. And James Graham could have only been just a whisker behind him as well. It was a wholehearted team effort that, well, it took to 79 minutes, 79:40 actually, before Johnson goes over.
I honestly believe cometh the hour, cometh the man, and I thought in the last 10 minutes of the game, Sonny Bill Williams was absolutely immense. Every time he was looking for the ball and trying to make a difference. He tried to make a difference by scoring a try. He ended up making a difference by actually getting a penalty, because that was one of the big turning points. Obviously, Shaun Johnson's magic at the end, but he never gets that field position only through the second and triple efforts from Sonny Bill Williams.
All right, let's go down to ground level. Let's hear from our man of the match, Sam Burgess.
Sam, many commiserations. You're the man of the match. It was a marvellous performance from England, but I guess that's very little consolation at this moment. What are your first thoughts?
You know, very disappointed for the team. I thought our effort was there today. I thought we fought through some tough patches as a team. We showed a lot of strength. You know, thanks for the man of the match, but I think I'd rather have the win than this medal.
Will you reflect perhaps on some half chances that, say, Ryan Hall and O'Loughlin had?
I mean, you can't look at that. Throughout a game, there's 50 other chances where we could have taken, and the same with the other side, but in the last 20 seconds we got pipped, and you know, the guys are very disappointed. We've put a lot of hard work into this tournament, and we feel we've probably not got what we deserve.
It was a bruising and physical encounter. Everyone expected that. What was it like to be out there?
Mate, it's a fantastic game of rugby league to play in. Great atmosphere. I must thank the fans for turning out. It was great to play on this stadium and with my English friends. You know, and the Kiwis are very big and physical, so thanks to them as well. but it's going to take a while to get over this one. There's a lot of work gone into this preparation, so thoroughly disappointed at the moment.
Thanks very much, Sam. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
What a tough interview to do for Sam Burgess there, man of the match, but heart's broken. 2018 scoreline here in the first semi-final at Wembley. Coach Steve McNamara has joined his players on the ground. Again, we're able to get to the sideline. New Zealand coach Stephen Kearney is there right now. Let's go to the sideline, the New Zealand coach.
Stephen Kearney's with me. Stephen, congratulations. As news of the final again. That was an incredible game of rugby league, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. You know, it was a real test match. You know, I thought England, you know, had a great game today, but, you know, to our lads, we just, you know, kept fighting, kept hanging in there, and we, you know, come up with an opportunity with, you know, a couple of minutes to go there, and we were good enough to take it. So, but, you know, I thought England had a great game today.
With the clock ticking, even you must have thought that was it. The crown was going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, well, you know, again, we always back ourselves. If, you know, if there's enough time on the clock and we had the footy, or, you know, I was always confident that we'd give ourselves an opportunity, and, you know, with 2 minutes to go, we did. So, you know, we're fortunate today, but I thought the fight from the lads, you know, they hung in there and gave themselves that chance, and I'm very happy.
Thanks very much. Congratulations, Steve.
Cheers, thank you.
And look at this in the huddle right now. New Zealand now have a week to prepare for the final. We will attempt to catch the England coach Steve McNamara. You know, I don't know what words he finds at this point. Obviously proud of his effort of the team, but just so gut-wrenching, the defeat under those circumstances. I looked at the clock. I think it was 19 seconds. 19 seconds to go when Johnson actually planted the ball over the line. So basically they had to defend for 2 more tackles, and that was it.
Reminded me a little bit of back in 1990 when Mal Meninga scored that memorable try. You know, it would have been a drawn Ashes series that year. You know, winning the third test. Very similar to that.
Absolutely. All right, well, Steve McNamara has made his way to our microphones. Let's hear from the England coach.
Steve, many commiserations. I mean, what is the feeling after that? It's a heartbreaking way to go out of the World Cup.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a tough way to go, but you know, high-level sport can be cruel at times, and you know, really a World Cup semi-final. That's how it should be. 2 teams hammering tongs, not much in it. You know, we're bitterly disappointed, as you can tell.
Did you feel, with the clock ticking, 30-odd seconds to go, that you had it in the bag?
I don't think in these sorts of games, when the score's so close, you can never think that, but we were getting close and done a lot of things right in this game. I thought we played tremendously well in the game, and very cruel, yeah, way to finish.
Very little consolation, but it was an incredible game to watch.
Well, it was, and I think, you know, for our sport, rugby league, you know, it's put us on the map. I think it showed everybody out there what a great sport it is. Tough to talk right now, obviously, as you can imagine, but yeah, I think the World Cup's been great for our sport, rugby league, and hopefully a lot more people will now become involved in it.
It's been a difficult campaign. Where now for England? Where now for you?
It's not been difficult at all. It's been a great campaign. We've done things the right way. Our group has been very strong. I think, as you can tell by what's gone out there today, and we'll see.
Appreciate you talking to us, Steve. Thanks.
Cheers, thank you.
The coach of England on an amazing day here at Wembley. 20-18, and we're only halfway through the day with Australia to play Fiji. In fact, they're already out there warming up as England do their lap of honour to thank the fans who rallied today. I mean, a highlights package. We can't possibly do justice with a highlights package from today. But, you know, some extraordinary tries scored as well.
Oh, it certainly was. England had all the attack, and then Tuivasa-Sheck comes up and gets his double with some lovely work and some space created on the right-hand side, courtesy of Shaun Johnson, and then a nice tip-on from Kevin Locke. A bit of footwork from Tuivasa-Sheck, and he gets his double. But it really was the day of England. And once they started to work their way into the second half, I mean, we knew they had to play well to actually go through to the final of the World Cup, and they certainly did. Sinfield picks up Watkins with a lovely ball, which finds Watkins running a superb hole on the left side of New Zealand, who have had some problems today, and they'll get some problems next week as well. And then England, well, they got a bit of momentum swing, didn't they, as well, Sean?
Yeah, as we mentioned quite a number of times, I thought the structure of England's offence was really troubling New Zealand, and a lot that's down to the planning, I must say that. I think Steve McNamara should be proud of his team and the way he's coached them. You know, he's made some difficult decisions throughout the campaign, and he's not shied away from them, and his team very, very nearly rewarded him with a World Cup final appearance.
Cover your eyes, Sean. We won't show you this one again. What a moment for New Zealand. What a gut-wrenching moment for England.
It wasn't New Zealand's best performance by any means, but just one opportunity at the death, and they were close enough to put this man over. Well, he did it himself, really, courtesy of getting some quick ball, and then to finish it with a kick. Would have lived that memory for a long time, Will Shaun Johnson. Just to rub salt into the wound here, is it just inside right post, working its way back to middle. Goes to the heavens. New Zealand only had a completion rate of 65% through that match, and they also, England give up 11 penalties, so you could say that New Zealand had the better of the match in terms of the stats, but England played most of the football.
So you now know the winner. New Zealand over England. England eliminated, and their opponent will be either Australia or Fiji. The Kangaroos raging hot favourites to play the Kiwis in the final next Saturday.